What's up, everyone? I'm Jay, and today we'll be looking at The Princess Bride and judging it on a 5-star, 10-star, and 5,000 point scale. Let's get right into it. The Princess Bride is a fantasy adventure comedy movie released in 1987 and distributed by 20th Century Fox. This movie was based off the Princess Bride book by William Goldman, and William Goldman adapted it to a screenplay himself. The story centers on a farm girl named Buttercup as she falls in love, mourns, is betrothed to a prince, gets kidnapped, gets rescued, is effectively held captive, and is rescued again. Now, this story centers around Buttercup, but that doesn't mean that you spend the entire time watching her get dragged around blindfolded. The focus characters of the story are the ones around her who do the rescuing. This means that there's plenty of action all around. Jay, is there anything interesting in this movie, you ask? And to that I say, are you kidding me? It's got fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles. So just try and stay awake. But I did really enjoy this movie. The comedy in it is really on point, and the action is just enough to excite you without becoming boring from overuse. The story is full of unexpected twists and turns, and on top of it all, this movie stays away from crude material like swearing and gore so that literally anyone can watch it. Unless you're a baby. Don't watch this if you're a baby. I give 1,000 points for watch value. I would say that this movie is just as enjoyable the second time you watch it, if not more so. You can see a new layer to all of the characters, and all of their lines are written in a way that's easy to remember. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd be quoting the movie after a few minutes. In addition, there's plenty of background action that you'll want to watch out for in case you missed it the first time. I give 1,000 points for rewatch value. Let's look a little bit into what makes this movie so good. A big part of it is the writing. First off, William Goldman, the author of the Princess Bride book, was the one who wrote the screenplay. I have no doubt that this made a huge difference when it came to faithfully portraying the essence of the book. The dialogue between characters reveals a lot about them without explicitly saying what it's trying to reveal. There's also a lot of verbal comedy, but it doesn't feel forced. It just comes across as something natural that these characters would say. Striking a balance between jokes, character development, and exposition is hard, but the writers manage it excellently. In terms of story, the background plot of this movie is very simple and mostly acts as character motivation. It never really comes into play beyond a fantasy of the characters, and so there's no problems with it no matter how confusing or convoluted it may seem. I give 1,000 points for writing and plot. The actors in this movie really commit to their roles, and they're also perfectly cast. The accents used by the characters are amazing, and I can't think of a single point where they fall out of character. This movie also makes great use of voices for comedy. This is most apparent in the voices of Vicini and the Pope. I won't spoil the Pope in case you haven't seen this movie yet, but here's some of Vicini.
When he finds their body dead on the Gilder frontier, his suspicions will be totally confirmed.
This voice fits so perfectly with his character, and I honestly can't imagine anyone else playing him. This goes for most of the other characters as well, even side characters. I give 1,000 points for acting and voice. If anyone knows of a scene in this movie that uses green screens, please let me know. As far as I know, all of the scenes in this movie were filmed on a practical set, and they all look really good. Not just that, but the characters' costumes also look stunning. I'll use one simple example for this. This is the kid's bedroom. Now, I have some experience with what a boy's bedroom looks like, and I can inform you that this is pretty close. Nothing in this shot looks like a movie set, and I think that that's really the key to make it look real. I give 1,000 points for effects and set. For those of you who weren't keeping up with the math, that's 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, and a whopping 5,000 points. When it comes to my favorite scene, I've got to say that it's this one.
Never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line!
Now, stage combat is a passion of mine, so I'm going to take some time to talk about it. Allow me to direct your attention to the sword fights, especially this one. The form in this fight is amazing. There are some points in it that are flawed, sure, but I think that there's one important aspect of this fight that really negates any criticism. Neither of these fighters want to kill each other. They're far more interested in having a nice conversation with a fellow swordsman. This makes up for all the missed opportunities for killing each other and comedic moments that would rob another fight of any seriousness. If you're looking for an in-depth analysis of this fight scene, then there are countless other videos and channels that you could look for it on. I just wanted to bring it to your attention in case it's something you're interested in. Until next time, enjoy entertainment and judge it fairly. This has been Just J Review.